Good afternoon, traders. Today is November the 10th, 2010, and I'm looking at the E-mini S&P futures right here. Today we had a sell-off, and that was a little follow-through of yesterday's sell-off. But then the bulls stepped in, and I'm going to show you where a lot of people got trapped, and I'm going to show you where, if you're an experienced trader, this is what you look for. So you see the sell-off coming through this morning right here. We had this huge decline, all right? There's people that, the professionals, they have automatic programs that draw trend lines for them, so they don't have to. And what happens is when you see a trend line break, like you did right here, we come up, we try to push, we get a new high put in that was above the previous low. So that isn't automatically a trend reversal. The trend reversal comes when we make a higher low, which was right here. Right here to be exact. This is the higher low that got everybody long. So you draw your line across, and as you guys know, if you watch my videos, my favorite setup, just like I traded in LVS yesterday, is when they try to break out of a new low, but the bulls take control and whip it right back above it. This is where we got long in the markets, and I'll show you a few plays that we traded. So we got long right here at 1203 half, and we've been long pretty much ever since. The next thing I'm going to show you would be the gold futures contract. And we had a little bit of a pullback in the overnight session. We went from 1424 all the way down to 1382, so that was a modest decline. And whenever gold pulls back, I'm actually excited about it, even though I make money on the way up. But that's besides the point. The reason it pulled back is because it was looking very toppy up there, and the massive run it had up, it's only common sense that the psychological number would be taken out and some profits would be taken for all the momentum traders. Now we're looking at gold once again, and we have 1396 as a main level. We're now rallying above 1396. Also 1400, 1300, 1200, every psychological number like that must be marked as a price level on your charts. A way to play this potentially be to get long the GLD. There's a good chance that if we hold over 1396, I really think that 1402 will be tested again today. Just saying. And we'll look at the GDX. GDX is strong once again today. And two stocks that I trade that are in the GDX would be ABX. And ABX is looking good if we hold above 51.41. And then we trade GG also. And GG is the one that's been outperforming the other mining stocks. And it looks like it's a little long to be a flag, but it looks pretty good. It could definitely go higher. And 47.57 could be approached, especially if gold starts moving up again. Now we're going to take a look at crude oil. And you know, we're going to 90. I mean, just know that if you're a futures trader and you're watching these videos, I'm sure you're already positioned with some kind of hedge that will take us up to 90. Me personally, I'm trading stocks that are in the OIH. Right now we're breaking out of a flag pattern, it looks like. Let me zoom this in a little bit. You got the long post right here, and then you got this flag forming. And if we break out right here, 88.19 is going to be tested. And like I said, we trade the OIH over here, and the OIH is just ripping. Rig should get some follow through today. We sold off in the morning, yeah, but it looks like rig's going to go. Our target will be, if we could hold over this 68.80, we're going to look for 69.80 to be in play, and I think that this one's going to be on my radar. I might even look to take a little bit of a long right here. Alright guys, I just bought 200 shares right there at 69. And my stop, it's a little loose. My stop's going to be around 68, 73. Actually 75. I'll do it even 25 cents. I'll risk 50 bucks on this trade. If it comes down and I'm watching the tape and I see some buying coming into it, I'll definitely go ahead and buy more. But worst case scenario, I'll risk 50 bucks on it. It's slipping down a little bit, but that's okay. I don't worry about 50 bucks. I'll make that back in a scalp trade. So, and look at that rig go, guys. It's 12:07. I started this video at 12:04, and then you just see that rocket up. You see, I'm already almost up 40 bucks, only off 200 shares. That's why you buy stocks like this, especially if crude's strong, breaking out of a flag. OIH is ripping. I'm not going to be greedy on this thing right here. Just keep a look at rig for the rest of the day. That's my point. All right, now I'm looking at the advancers versus decliners on the New York Stock Exchange, and we're down about 42 right here. This chart is the advancers minus the decliners, which gives you one number. So we're almost, we hit positive and then they pulled it back a little bit. So we'll see what could happen. The bullishness could die down. It really did seem like we had some serious selling come in yesterday, and right now we're down about 24 points on the NASDAQ futures, the YM. Now I'm going to show you my main trades of the day that I took. Alright, first one being Halliburton. I need to switch, I believe, to a 1 hour time frame to show you why I traded this stock. Alright, 34 was a key level. You saw this huge drop down right here, and this 34 level was critical. That's before the drop down really began. The next level you see is this 36. 35.47 is where we have this key resistance at. Now I'm going to show you where I got long this Halliburton. My trigger was set up at 34. Not only was it yesterday's high, but we also hit a high in pre-market of 34. So as soon as it hit it, it ran up. I wasn't hesitant at all. I bought 500 shares at 34.16, and my stop was pretty loose. It was right here under 33.99. It was actually precisely at 33.94, which was this previous high we put in before we broke out. We ran up, and I knew this play was going to go up, and I'm still long it, and alright, hold on. I actually just had to take profits there. I sold a 66. So 16 to 66, it's a 50-cent trade. That's 250 right there on one trade. And we're going to see how it reacts to the 50. We have a trend line that's broken. So it's a strong stock. It could pull back to 34.55 and then make another leg higher. You see this increasing volume. My next trade I made was LVS, and I'm going to show you guys why. So I was trading LVS to the short side this morning, and we came down here. My first long was when we put in this low right here, as you can see. I was looking for some kind of trend reversal to get us back over this 49.82 level, which was where this red line is. My long was at 49, let me just be precise, 75, so that's about right here. So we made the low, we snapped back up, 49.75, that's where I got long, and I sold it at 95, which was about right here. Sometimes if you're a contrarian trader, you can make money trading these counter trends, but you have to watch the tape very closely. And when I'm trading stocks like this, I'm not watching any other stock. All I have is my time and sales, my level 2. I'm not missing any print. I'm watching every single print that gets put through here, and I'm watching for any kind of trend reversal. And I take a glimpse at the market too. The futures, not the SPY, even though they trade pretty much the same. Futures get your signals a little bit faster, so that's just me. But my main trade on LVS was right here. We put the low in, like always, and then what we were looking for was the higher low. We couldn't break a new low. That's where I got long, right here Actually, it was 49 where I got long, and my stop was right here, 1 penny below 48.73. So 49, and I sold it actually at 80. So we made 80 cents on that, but we only had like 200 shares. It wasn't anything major. And then it consolidated a little bit. One more thing to note, that I had bought puts on LVS yesterday afternoon. Let me switch to a little longer term time frame, around this 53 level. When we hit that 55, that was a major resistance level, and I knew that there was going to be some selling coming through, so I purchased my puts here, and I really got a good fill when I sold my puts, and I rode it all the way down to 49. So I made about 400 on that trade. Now remember, Monsanto, I had the calls in Monsanto that I had purchased yesterday, so I was down in this trade. I lost about 230 in Monsanto, and I sold them this morning because I didn't know what was going to happen. I kind of wish I didn't now, because we hit that 61.39, which was my level that if we broke below it and held, I would get out. But we just have to play this market how it is. Right now I'm not comfortable with taking a lot of longs. To the put side is where my capital will most likely be allocated from now on. However, I still am bullish on Monsanto, especially as a day trade. And I did day trade 100 shares of it when we did hit this 61.39 level. I got long right here. It was at 54, and I actually sold it right here at about 84, just 100 shares, but I just want to, be in it. As for earnings, we have Cisco reporting after the close. Macy's reported this morning, and it says that they beat the street estimates and they raised guidance. It's sold off a little bit, but it's firmed up, and with a hold of 25.05, this thing could go higher. Alright, Sara Lee reports after the close, and it says that Credit Suisse raises their target up to 17 from 15. They're doing that ahead of earnings. That's going to be interesting when they report. Alright, we're looking at Polo Ralph Lauren, which I'm a huge fan of, and they beat earnings today. It seems like whether we're in a depression, recession, they always sell polos, because there are people that they're a higher end polo and everyone likes their brand. They make nice clothes and they last forever. So they beat and they raised estimates and sales outlooks. So the stock looks pretty good here. Yesterday we got a close around 100, and we traded up to a high of 109.28 today. Alright, the next one I'm going to show you is NTWK. Not a lot of people know about this stock, but it's a technology stock, and we had a very impressive move from 80, which was on September the 2nd, all the way to 211, which was a month and a half later. And that's huge for a small stock. We then pulled back a little bit, but then today we reported earnings and they beat. So you guys might want to keep this one on your radar as a speculative play. Do a little research in the company. You'll find it interesting like I did. Then we have Advanced Auto Parts reporting after the close today. And they got an upgrade this morning. That's what edged the stock up in pre-market. But right now we're holding above 66.43, which is bullish. So the auto parts stores have actually been very bullish. Pep Boys, AutoZone, and there's a few other ones. So you might want to watch this after the close too if you're a fan of trading stocks like this. And then the last one is Rosetta Stone. You guys know they're the language, and they have other things that their business does. But watch this, they report after the close as well. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.